Hello, everybody, and welcome to Music Industry Insights Worldwide. Today we've got Robert on the show with us. Hi, Robert, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing amazing. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for coming along, sharing your expertise, your time, and your energy with us. Do you want to tell the listeners a little bit more about yourself, where you're from, and what you do?
Oh, wow. Well, I'm in Southern California. I was born and raised in Los Angeles area. I am currently between Los Angeles and Santa Barbara. At the end of the day, there's quite a bit that I've been focusing on. And
Mhm.
at the same time, even though I'm not everything to everybody, there's some really, really cool things going on, especially in the music world, in relationship with wellness. I'm one of those people where I like to do what I can with the background that I have to be of service. And at the same time, I would just say whatever unfolds in this conversation, you'll see bits and pieces of that.
That's really, really nice. And how did you get into the music industry? And tell us a little bit more about that. Did you have
Ooh.
a passion? How did you get into it?
So there's different layers of where I've been involved in the music industry. For instance, I'm a label manager for a small label that really as isn't as visible. They're kind of like behind the scenes. They're called Jomo Music. I got involved because music is definitely the essence of my soul. Like the first person or the first thing usually people ask me is, "How's your music going?" And I figure like, well, what way? Because I produce music,
It's way
you
more
know.
music, isn't
It's
it?
like, I'm sorry.
It's way more than music these
It's
days.
way more than music. I
Right?
mean, at the same time, I mean, I produce music as a music artist, I DJ. At one point, when working as a burnout as a full-time graphic designer, I realized at one point, what if I'm able to work on music that's a little bit different than what I produce, and I design personalized pieces of music for people. So at the same time, I mean, starting with music is one thing. Getting involved in the industry, it evolved. Even getting signed and everything. I mean,
What?
it was quite the evolution. So a lot of it was organic.
Yeah, and I think some of it is a business sided mindset, and some of it is a passion sided mindset. So how
Oh
did you
yeah.
do, and how did you incorporate that?
On the business mindset,
Yeah, with the
well, I knew at one point, I mean, being a creative, I mean, it's great to go blue sky,
mm,
it's great to
yeah,
be able to map. And it's also important to know, okay, well, what is an ISRC code? What is an UPC code? How is the best way to position your brand?
mhm. And do you want to
So,
explain that to listeners what they might mean? Because some of the listeners might not understand. I do understand what you're talking about, but the
oh,
listeners,
totally, totally. This is the thing too. I mean, it's great to be creative, and it's also great to get connected with the people who know, specific things, and they'll help you
yeah,
versus taking the information and running. So, I believe ISRC code means International Standard Recording Code.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay, it's like Jeopardy. What is?
absolutely.
Yeah, and
And you also have
UPC.
the regional one, right? And you also have the regional ones just for the countries.
Oh yeah, yeah, no joke, no joke. I realized when I changed over my catalog from US over to Israel, where I have, my distribution for the most part, I noticed it started having either like IL for Israel,
Yeah,
and at the same time, there's a UPC code as well. So it gets really tricky.
and the country, and like your national one and your country and your international codes. So there's different ones, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
a bit more about the challenges and barriers that you faced accessing the music and entertainment industries. It's very competitive. It's not easy to get into, and it's become more saturated as time's gone on. So tell us a little bit more about.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's especially now with AI music and everything too. It's been insane. So I'm not the type of artist to have like thousands and thousands of streams. Not to say I'm anti, it is what it is, right? And so the people that are in tune with the stuff that I create, and if you once you hear the music under Evlove, it's very different than what I have under Life Rhythm. It's like two very, very different things. So it's really important to know that regardless of the competition, people are dying to hear your music if you record. They want to hear it. There's a reason why you have a passion. So I wouldn't let that discourage you. Then it's a matter of connecting with the people that see the value. For instance, I have music signed to a label in San Francisco. I also have music signed to a label in Chile. I didn't ask for that to take place. Now, it's important to get that visibility. So, I mean, is there hardship? Yeah. Are there politics? Yes. Do we navigate them in a way where it's going to be helpful? Trusting yes versus yes, two very different things. So when it comes to, again, connecting yourself with the right people and places and experiences, the people that have you back, that means you vet, you qualify, because there's a lot of people wanting to say one thing and they're saying yes. And I
Right.
know I'm speaking pretty broad, you know? It's
Authenticity is part of the key, right? You've also got to be
yeah.
with that and be real with what you're bringing to the table.
And maintaining boundaries too, because people can say, oh yeah, yeah, that's cool. And they're really not paying attention.
That is
It's
hard.
important to hear the yes.
In this industry, I think, people want to make it, they want to succeed, they want to stand out. And I think there is that kind of exploitation part of it that, especially the younger ones, I feel sorry for because I'm a little bit older now, I'm a little bit more experienced.
Yeah.
Generations, they might actually not understand the contracts, not understand what they're getting into, not understand the music industry itself. I think that's really important too, right? The educational side as well as the practical side.
Oh, it's vital. And the thing too is everyone has their own definition of success.
Right.
What does that mean? Oh, I have millions and millions of streams. Oh, I want to get signed to a label. Then it's like, well, what do you think that looks like? And based on that, what does it really look like? And just seeing the reality of it. Who's willing to connect? Are you willing to get a bigger deal? And I'm far from being an expert at that. If it's anything, I've been curious to see where I can create a positive impact. Pardon me, continuing to create a positive impact
Yeah,
in the industry and in different ones too.
she should. And I think that's part of it. I came into the industry wanting to make a change. I came into the industry thinking, okay, what can I solve? What are the issues that I can, try and fix? Because I think we all come into the industry, we want to do something, we want to have a voice.
Yeah,
What can you do that someone else is not doing? How important has that been for you? And how far has that got you in your career as well?
it's a really good question. If it's anything I've seen, being the person that I am, I'm multi-hyphenate,
Yeah.
which means, paying attention to a bunch of different things. It doesn't mean I'm everything to everybody. And even when someone says like, what do you do? I'm like, well, based on the context that we're in, this is what I'm going to deliver and tailor it to you. Kind of like AI in that way. I'm not, people have even asked me, are you AI? So for me, I've realized, being as unique as I am,
Yeah.
also being as compassionate as I am, being as eclectic as I am, and being diverse in terms of personally and professionally, there are ways to crack that code. There's a lot of people that are very linear, and there are other people that are very like multi-dimensional.
I'm one of
So
I'm
I'm
complex.
sorry.
I'm a multi-dimensional for sure. I'm very complex. I go deep.
Same,
For sure.
same. And that's one of the reasons why we resonate, I'm sure, without, suggesting or auto suggesting anything
Yeah.
too. So it's like there's the people, they're very just like, well, this is how it is. And it's like, little do you know, so how's that working for you? How's it working for me? It's
Mm.
interesting. I'm at a pretty big turning point. I'm also on the cusp of some really, really big things too. And there's certain things like metaphorically with, the volume, turning down the volume. With the crossfader, I'm crossfading it
Good.
and I'm also seeing where I can, turn that dial and, move the needle a little bit in different ways too. So in many ways, people are like, whoa, like where have you been in the industry? In some ways, I may appear to be invisible. At the
No.
same time, I'm also creating healthy traction.
Right.
So conversations like these open up lots of incredible doors. So I'm so grateful again to be on here today.
Oh, thank you so much. Likewise, Robert. And thank you for coming along. I think meaningful relationships, authenticity is key. To be fair, like you've got to have talent, yes, but you've also got to have a personality. And not many
Yeah.
people talk about that these days. How important has personality and originality been to you and to the people that you meet and that you want to get to know?
And just to again be respectful, Saskia, right?
Yeah, Saskia, yes.
Saskia, thank
Yeah,
you. I just like to be respectful again. It's absolutely imperative.
yeah.
I could sit there and just quote unquote take a beating in terms of authenticity and what have you. Um, when you can really feel into the quality of relationships, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's times I've had to put on a smile and be like, okay,
We've all
when
done
when you really connect with people and develop healthy rapport,
yeah, we've all
that's when you know it can go a very, very long way.
yeah,
And at the same time, I've seen quality relationships flourish because of my willingness to connect with certain people. If certain people seem like they're just kind of dragging along, then it's like, you know what, I've now seen capacity and
that
being able to see, you know what, if I'm traveling in a specific way and I'm vetting people, vetting, which is like selecting out that process, is really important too. And that's not being picky. It's
no,
being selective and also being protective of where I'm going with the people in my circle.
absolutely. I think
It's
we
imperative.
Absolutely. I think it's about originality, it's about style, but also about what you bring to the table. But is it at the right standard? Is it good enough? Is it professional? Is it something that's actually going to mix and blend with authenticity and other people? Because I think it's about community. How important is
Oh
community?
yeah. What was your question about community?
How important is community to you?
Oh, it's vital. And the thing is, again, everybody has their version of community.
Yes.
And my whole thing is, if there's different silos and you see people from different silos going into other silos, why not just bridge them? You
No,
know,
I do. I am the bridge. I like to bridge
same,
because I don't live in one box. And what I really find hard is, okay, you're the trans woman, or you're this, you're that. So you're over in this section. When actually in my real life, I mix with everybody. I love
same.
everyone. That's how I live. So why couldn't I do that in my professional life as I live my real life? You see, and I think that's where I struggle sometimes in the music industry.
And that's where our overlap is too, because with me being a bridge, like when I share with people what I do, it doesn't matter what industry, because it goes beyond what I'm doing in the music world, let alone even in the music wellness world. Because some people think about doing sound baths and things like that. What I do is a whole different level, right? Lots to talk about. And the bridge aspect,
Yeah.
if we're multidimensional, we're all multidimensional. Just how in tune are we within that, right? And if we have this ability to express, then and it doesn't have to be a woo-woo thing either. I like putting the woohoo and woo-woo. We all have our definition of what that means. So at the same time, I know it's like woohoo, like Homer Simpson style, you would think. So yeah, at the end of the day, when it comes to community, it's so vital because the level of community, and we're talking about mainstream still has segmentation. At some point certain things will phase out and certain things will come in as mainstream. Our connection to community within ourselves and people that resonate on that higher level, even like ground level, you'll see how one can see how powerful that is, and they'll really feel it.
I call that frequency. Do you
Oh
know what
yeah,
I mean? It's a vibration, it's a frequency. So how important is that to you? Because it's just an energy level, a frequency, a vibe. I'm always about vibes, good vibes.
same.
Yeah.
No, it's imperative. The thing too is we may not be feeling at our highest frequency. The thing is, if we're experiencing feedback in that frequency,
Oh, I
again,
understand.
we have our connection with it.
I
What'd you
do.
say?
I do have battles with it at times. I think I go through ups and downs, and I think it's trying to find that balance in those moments as well, because there's lots of highs and there's lots of lows, and trying to balance them out as well, it can be difficult.
Hold on, let's talk because I got you.
Thank
I
you.
may not be the master at the same time. If it's anything, I'm more of a calibrator and reflector.
Right, okay. So that's why I wanted to really speak to you. And wasn't a music alchemist? Sorry, we've got all these helicopters because Donald Trump's over
That's
today.
okay. My refrigerator basically is like buzzing, so
Donald
we're
Trump
good.
in the UK today, and I think they're flying around London. So they're kind of, we've got all these American helicopters flying all over London today.
You
So,
think it's like the opposite, Come on. I hear you. It's okay. I hear you. Great.
so tell us a little bit more about music alchemy and what that means and how that impacts music and the kind of layers that you can bring to music.
Okay. Okay. Um, Now I'm meaning to correct you. And if it's anything, just a reminder, I call myself an audio alchemist
Yeah.
just because I use voice, which is still audio, and then there's the music behind it. So I really feel with what I'm bringing to the table, because I don't like calling myself a sound healer. I'm not responsible for anybody else's healing.
Yeah, yeah.
Some people may feel like they are. I feel like I'm giving the power back to the person
Oh,
who's
yeah.
ultimately receiving
Oh,
the healing.
yeah, I've been to a few sessions. I'm from Oxford originally. My friend kind of took me to one of these, like we was in a church. It was like in a chapel, and they were playing all these different frequencies and like
Sound
different.
bounce.
Yeah, and it was so you lie on the floor and you just relax and close your eyes. And I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. And you could just
It's
feel the vibrations.
That's where it gets interesting too, because for thousands and thousands of years, I
Mhm.
mean, probably since the course of time, music has been in the descent.
It's medicine. It really is. Oh, don't know if I've lost you.
That's right. You froze for a moment. Can you see me okay?
Yeah, sorry, the helicopters are going over the house all the time. I think they're going up and down, so I don't know if it's
Yikes.
the signal.
That's okay. For some reason, it said for me, like my
Sorry. Oh, I don't know if you're still there.
Internet's unstable.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Would it be better for me to jump back on again?
Okay, no, you're fine. It's come back now. So I'm sorry.
Okay, okay. You don't need to apologize. It's okay.
I was like, what should I do? You just froze. Sorry.
It's okay. I'll be like,
That's what I do. I'm like,
I'm not even. It's
oh, no.
it's Zoom, so it's all good. Would it be better maybe if I turned off my camera?
No, well, if you want to, you can. I can turn mine off as well if you want. We can do that. That might be
Either
easier.
way,
Yeah,
yeah. It's just
there you
it might
go.
be easier for the transmission.
It's all right.
Um.
Recording anyway, so it's cool.
Yeah. Either way, it's all good. It's all good.
So, would you like to see change in the music industry in the next couple of years? What would you like to see improve? What things do you think, we could make better? How could you bring anything different to the table?
So yeah, I mean the way I do.
I'm sorry, everyone. The sound keeps cutting in and out. I'm not too sure what's going on with the signal. I think we might have some unstable signal going on at the moment. So I do apologize to all the listeners and everyone that's listening. I'm really, really sorry. Um, I don't know if we can finish the rest of the show with Robert, but I just want to say a massive thanks to Robert for coming on the show today, sharing some of the views that we could hear. And yeah, we'll get back to you next week. And thanks everyone for listening. Speak to you soon.